I'll go back to verse 7, Malachi 3, 7. Chapter 3. Even from the days of your father, you have gone away from my audience and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, said the Lord of hosts. But you said, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithings and offering. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. You know, a lot of people get this messed up because of they're saying this here is you got to give money. God don't delight in no money. When God was speaking to his disciples and they asked the Lord, pay tithings, Jesus said, who do they charge? Do they charge peoples of their family? Or do they charge the children of strangers? And so Jesus, in paying the tithe, he didn't go into his treasure and get no money to give to the tithe, the collectors, the tax collectors. He told one of his disciples, go and cast the hook into the sea, into the rivers, and the first fish come out, get him, and the money that comes out of that fish, take it and give it and pay the tithe. Jesus didn't touch the tithe. That the taxes that this man said required him to pay because he owned the earth through his father. Now, but he took the money that God had prepared this fish with the money and gave it and paid it to tithe into them. But yet Jesus never touched the money. So this is bringing us to a defined moment in time. There is a man here who have, from the foundation of the earth, who have gathered among himself, who is of the Gentiles, who have charge for this earth. He had created for himself a kingdom of this earth, and he made men of the earth pay to live on this earth, yet he himself have not created and manufactured one soul upon this earth. Whether it be man, beast, fowl, or fish of the sea, or the creeping thing that creep upon earth, he have not created and manufactured one, but yet he have taken control even when Jesus was born to earth, and even as he walked upon earth, he was charging man to live up on the face of this earth, even though he had not created one speck of life through blood, that live by the spirit of blood and water. But yet, he charged people to live on this earth as if he was a God. This is the curse that man is. We overlook these small things, but God looks at all of them. If he noticed the sparrow in his word, he also noticed these things that the man do. He taken this life, the works that God created with his own hand, and created everything from the foundation of the world, and told man to be fruitful and multiply and be keepers of the earth. This man who was not in the book of life came in selling the earth for a price to glorify himself and not glorify the will of the living God. This is what God is saying. He have let this earth live on through seasons and seasons, giving it food, water, rain in its season, sunshine in its season, to sustain the man, and the man can continue to transgress against the living God, who created all things. And yet he denies the power of the living God and say God is not God. that this world began by a big boom through a way of evolution. It became born, and through a way of evolution, the earth lived. But yet, what gave him the right to sell the earth and make it a profitable unto himself, and not every man care of the burden of the earth and benefit from the earth. But yet he wanted to put a price and said, this is my United States of America. This is my Great Britain. This is my Africa. This is my Germany. He labeled every place where he dwelled at as his own, as if he made it with his own hand. And he dare and condemn anybody who speak out against what he proclaimed himself to be his. But yet we know better. This is what God said when a man robbed him out of his time. Number 9, chapter 3:9. You are cursed with a curse, for you have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring you all the tithing unto the storehouse, that there may be meat in my house, and prove me now herewith, said the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it. And I will rebuke the devourer for your sake, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Otherwise, you could not go in and ravish your ground and take all your crude oil just because he is in need. Neither shall your vine cast her fruit before time in the field, said the Lord of hosts. And all nations shall call you blessed, for you shall be a delightsome land, said the Lord of hosts. Your words have been stout against me, said the Lord. Yet you say, what have we spoken so much against thee? Ye have said, it is vain to serve God, and what profit is it that we have kept his audience, and that we have walked mournfully before the Lord of hosts? And now we call the proud happy. Yes, they that work wickedness are set up, yea, they that tempt God are even delivered. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord heard it, and a book of remembrance was written before them. For them that feared the Lord, and that thought upon his name, and they shall be my mind, said the Lord of hosts. In that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spread them as a man spreadeth his own son that serveth him. Lord forgive me. He said, I will spare them. I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. Then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth God and him that serveth him not. Now, I'm going to go to this here, Malachi chapter 4. Because Malachi chapter 4 is having a significant fact during these times. It's a revelation of the time that appointed